So, I have done some research into smurfing and alting before. So I'm just going to reiterate and go over this research that I've already done um, to discuss whether or not I will be using a Smurf account, which let's just clarify what smurfing and alting is. A Smurf account is an account in the lower ranks, a lower rank than what you actually play at or what you actually are. Um, I'm currently Masters 5. If I had another account that was ranked Gold 2, which Blizzard and any game devs say that they don't like people to do because it ruins the integrity for people in the lower level, then that would be a Smurf account because I'm playing below my actual skill level, and not just below my skill level. If I was to be playing on an alt account or a Smurf account, sorry, that's about Diamond 3, I would argue that's not so much a Smurf as it is an alt because the skill level is roughly the same. It's only a couple hundred SR. The difference in that will be so micro that you will probably end up beating up on the players a little bit, but not to the point where you're completely stomping them. But and then an alt account is another account that you got a second account where you practice with less stress because it's not your main account. Um, it's not your main account. You're not too worried if the rank goes down because that's not what you're focused on. Which you shouldn't be focused on anyway if you want to improve, but some people do, and that's how people look at it. Um, so let's just have a look. So I did two surveys. Um, we're not here for the ethicality. We just want to know, is it good? So no, playing on your main. So the question is smurfing or using an alt account useful for improvement? No, playing on your main, where you naturally exist at your own limit, is the best way to go. If you're at a 50% win rate, the matchmaker is doing its job. I believe some people are more focused on this smurfing than the alt account bit as well. I should have separated this into two questions, really. Um, I feel using an underleveled account could help, but it comes down to the person because you can always just go into casual mode on your main account to practice, or just use your main account because ultimately, what you will learn by beating up lower rank players is not fun for anyone in those types of lobbies. Side note, people who do the bottom to max rank just don't need to, and I feel that is a reason for people smurfing as well. That's the wrong comment. I didn't mean to read that one. Um, yes, I created an alt account and managed to get to 3100. Being at this rank on my alt helped me understand how to play in the higher ranks, therefore allowing me to climb up to mid diamond on my main account too. Smurf no, alt depends. So the responses on this weren't as impactful or useful as I wanted to. I want to come back to this point afterwards though. How this may have happened. Because I don't believe in either hell, which actually I'm going to tie into this too. Um, do you think smurfing helps improvement? Why/why not? It doesn't help you if you're not challenging yourself. You're not becoming better. A word that I'm not allowed to say up there. I disagree with this personally. I don't think smurfing, in my opinion, helps anyway. But just looking at the research, um, you're gonna learn how to play this character at a lower rank where you're not gonna be punished for your mistakes. Which is why I disagree with this. For me, being able to rank up on a new account enables me to play characters I haven't mastered yet. If you're at a level, you should already have a certain amount of base knowledge, such as if you know a tank is a brawl tank, then you're going to know how pathing and positioning works on this tank. And then if, like Ramatra, his kit allows him to poke before engaging, poke very heavily before engaging, well then I understand Sigma, I understand Reinhardt, I poke to get resources out and then I engage when we have a resource advantage. It's not a difficult concept to get your mind around. I disagree with smurfing. Smurfing is a waste of time. I disagree with the go play quick play because you're not challenging yourself in quick play, not guaranteed to challenge yourself. It's simply people egoing people they know they're better than. If playing a hero, if playing with people who are worse than you means improvement, I don't even know. Unless you want to learn a new hero. I disagree. Unfair advantage. You're not challenging yourself, you're not pushing yourself, you're not learning anything, you're not being punished. Nothing good is happening. Um, Is using an alt useful? Um, it's the same rank, but also don't have a huge impact on your rank. So this is somebody thinking that rank means good. Just more convenient sometimes, like playing with friends who are paying offline on your main, because simply playing on your main is the best way to improve. You can get better at the characters. I don't understand. I could improve as much as comp, so therefore, in my opinion, I think it's easier while playing with people who are trying to win. Again, helps improving on characters in the elo I'm currently playing. It's not my own rank failing. Of course, I understand this is soft drone. I use my alt account on my. I use my alt to improve on my main role and hero pool at my SR level. You can chill with your friends. Chill. An alt account can be useful for playing a different hero. So I think the biggest thing with this is chill. You know, these people are saying that it doesn't have a huge impact on your rank. People, sorry, that's the wrong thing. People focus so heavily on this rank idea where it's like, if I'm Masters 5 on my tank right now, I am Masters 5 on my tank right now, and then I drop out of Masters to go to Diamond, then the whole world is over, and I can't ever drop out of where I am. I want to stay where I am. I want to stay where I am. Where what is should be focused on is improving. My ideas of playing right now is not when I go into a game of Sigma, all I can think of, I need to win this game, I need to win this game, I need to win this game. My thoughts are, we're on a Sig map. Even if they play something that's maybe making the Sig a little bit hard to play, I want to work on my Sig on these aspects. I poke too often, depleting resources when I can just use cover a little bit more. If I do that, then I build up to resources, then I can ability dump and gain advantages. That is um, the best way to look at it. Um, so for some people, playing on this alt account where it's not your main account, so your rank isn't really important, it creates a more relaxed sort of environment for people to play in. Where if you are a person who's gonna focus on rank and it's going to upset you, then yes, you're definitely going to find playing on an alt account useful. Because if your rank is going to change because you're playing poorly, because you're focusing on other stuff, you're focusing on improving rather than focusing on playing at your best, then you're probably going to be struggling and your mental will start to fade away because you're focusing on improving and then your rank is going to maybe decrease. Doesn't always decrease. Sometimes if you could just implement stuff, if you can just implement stuff and it only takes a few maps to increase or to work um, on these things, maybe you can implement it and still play at the level that you're playing at, and then your standard just increases because of this. Um, or maybe you just understand the matchup really well or something. Point still stands though, it does create a more relaxed environment, which is potentially why people use them and find them useful. That's just a guess, though. But the thing is, though, I brought up the unranked to GM point of people thinking that um, playing at a higher standard. Um, hold on, hold on. What was I? What was the point that I was going to make here? Um, okay, hold on. Let me pause the recording. And I'll come back. Okay, I can't find the exact point that I was gonna make, but this is still important for the project because um well because it's just it is important. Where is it? Where is it? Oh wait, hold on, I know where it is. Um so What is Elohal? Elohal um, is the idea that if I was in gold, no matter how good I am, no matter how well I play, no matter
Have you been
who
to the
I am, there is no way you can make it out because your team is always just so much worse than you that they are uncarryable. It essentially suggests that um, it's possible for your team to be so bad that you can't rank up because they're so bad. Um, I fundamentally disagree with this. I think I think I've climbed out of gold many times. Uh, I think I've climbed out of bronze. I think I've climbed out of silver. I think just that in itself is proof enough that you are able to that Elohel doesn't exist. But even further is a little thing called unranked to GM. Yeetle is a very, 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 very famous person, specifically for just saying unranked to GM, Ramatra only. He is only going to play this hero. Um, he normally splits them up, but he will legitimately play 7 hours of Ramatra. Placed plat 5, currently Masters 1. This is his, this is him proving it's possible. And he will never ever not make it back to GM. He's never done an unranked to GM where he hasn't made it. He still loses. Just because he is a top 500 player doesn't mean he's unbeatable. He goes 55 and 29, but he is proof that it is always possible to climb back up because he's probably got a playlist of it. Overwatch Educational. I'm guessing they're all in there. Unranked to GM Sigma, unranked to GM Winston, unranked to GM Reinhardt. Um, I'm pretty sure he did almost all of the tanks, although these didn't all seem to be there. But that's just proof that Elo Hell doesn't exist and that my stat theory is correct, or that my theory that just improving will get you places, because if you're simply better than the level that you're playing at, then you will simply increase. Obviously, once you begin hitting masters, it starts to become a question of, can you understand your map? Can you understand your matchup? If I'm playing Sigma and I have to go against a Pharah and we have no hit scans and they refuse to swap, I can still make Sigma work against Pharah. I have to play a lot of cover inside, out of Pharah's sightlines, forcing her to overextend, or just making it impossible for her to peek, because even when you don't have direct fire counters, if she is overextending to the point where she has to just completely fly out onto open space, she is going to get beamed. Sigma can land shots on her, probably supports can land shots on her, do something to her. Um, that's a bit of waffle, but Elohel doesn't exist, is my point. So yeah, that's alt Smurfs and I guess Elohel.